There are stories that refuse to be forgotten, mysteries that linger in the shadows of time unanswered, unsettling, waiting, and this is one of them. June 26, 1995, a quiet, desolate stretch of U.S. Route 58 west, a road wrapped in darkness, where the hum of passing cars fades into nothingness, where the night feels endless, and where two young men met a fate no one could explain. The wreckage lay in silence, the twisted remains of a once-moving vehicle, its windshield shattered, metal bent and torn apart, and inside, two lifeless bodies, one slumped forward, the other, half ejected through the glass, their faces covered in deep, jagged lacerations, blood soaking the torn fabric of their clothes, the scent of gasoline and iron lingering in the air, and then the sound of approaching sirens, flashing lights breaking to the midnight black, as State Trooper Ted Jones stepped out his cruiser, his boots crunching against the gravel, his flashlight cutting through the darkness, revealing the horror before him, the driver young, motionless, his body twisted at an unnatural angle. But there was a name attached to him, Michael Hager, 21 years old, a student at the University of South Carolina. His identification still tucked inside his pocket, but the other, the passenger, was different. There was no ID, no wallet, no trace of who he was, nothing, except a Grateful Dead t-shirt clinging to his ruined frame and a crumpled note pulled from the depths of his pocket. A single word written in faded ink, Jason, followed by a phone number, but no area code, leading nowhere, a dead end. Michael's family was informed, but when they were asked about the other young man, they had nothing to offer, no name, no connection. They had never seen him before, had no idea why he was there, no idea how he ended up in that car. Trooper Jones had a theory, perhaps a hitchhiker picked up along the road, but there was something that didn't quite fit, something that made this story even stranger. The autopsy revealed no drugs, no alcohol, nothing in their systems. Nothing suggests intoxication or recklessness, but the road told a different story, the tire tracks veering off far too soon, as if something unseen had pulled them toward their fate, and when authorities sent the unidentified young man's fingerprints to the FBI, what they found was even more unsettling. Nothing, no matches, no history, no past, as if it never existed at all. Forensic experts examined what little they had. He was young, between 15 and 21 years old, his hair long, curly, dyed reddish, his eyes, brows, teeth perfect, almost too perfect, well cared for, untouched by decay, and yet still no name, no identity, just an empty space where a life should have been. Then a clue, two ticket stubs found in his pocket, both for Grateful Dead concerts, one for June 24th, the other for June 25 to RFK Stadium, Washington, D.C., 180 miles away from the crash site. The tickets were traced back to a scalper, but when police questioned him, he couldn't remember who had bought them, no recollection, no memory of the face, no hint of a trail to follow, and so the nameless passenger became something more than a mystery, an enigma, a ghost among dead heads, an unknown figure. Lost in time, whispers spread across online forums, theories emerged. Was he just another wandering soul, a drifter, a music lover chasing the sound, or was there something more? Because there was one final detail, one that made it even more unsettling. Michael's father had seen him just days before, but he swore without hesitation that Michael had been alone, no passenger, no friend, no one with him, and yet by the time of the crash, he wasn't alone anymore. So where did he come from? Who was he? And why, even after all these years, do we still have no answers? Nearly 3 decades later, the questions remain. His past, erase his name, forgotten, leaving behind only a note, a single word. Jason was a name, or was it something more? Was it a warning, or a message never meant to be understood? Because some say the dead don't rest until they are remembered. But what happens to those who never had a name?